Hi, I'm Jennifer, and this is TV Talk. It's Sunday, and that means it's Dragon's Day, with another episode of DreamWorks' Dragons Riders of Berk. And this week's episode was Alvin and the Outcasts. This episode basically picks up where last week's episode in Dragons We Trust leaves off. And in this episode, we are officially introduced to Alvin the Treacherous, who is voiced by Mark Hamill, which actually surprised me because it doesn't sound like him. And Star Wars fans will probably recognize him as the actor who played Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy. Now, in this episode, the dragons have been banished from Berk due to a series of supposed events, or due to a series of events supposedly orchestrated, the dragons are banished from Berk due to a series of events orchestrated by Mildew to make it look like the dragons are dangerous. Having discovered this, Hiccup tells his friends, and they try to find evidence to prove Mildew's involvement so that they can get their dragons back. However, such evidence will be very hard to find as Mildew actually got rid of it. Now, meanwhile, Alvin and his outcasts travel from Outcast Island to Berk looking for the Dragon Conqueror. And upon learning this, and seeing Alvin threatening his friends, Hiccup gives himself up, and to prove that he is the Dragon Conqueror, has Alvin take him to Dragon Island, where the dragons are. When Stoic learns that his son has been captured, he and Gobber take Astrid, Snotlout, Fishleg, and the twins to Dragon Island in the hope of rescuing Hiccup and bringing him back home. Now, of course, Hiccup doesn't need help, as Toothless and the other dragons are on this island, and they not only protect him, but also protect Stoic and Gobber and the others, and help drive off the outcasts and return home to Berk, where they truly belong. Now, this wraps up the two-part episode, and it really shows that no matter what, the dragons are going to protect those that they care about. They were blamed, caged, and abandoned by the people of Berk, and yet when they needed help, the dragons came to their aid and helped protect them. And then they chose to return to Berk once it was all over. They could have gone to another island, and they didn't. They chose to come back to Berk. This also introduces one of the two main villains in Season 1 and Season 2. The third is Dagger the Deranged, and I will get to him when he is introduced. I don't want to really jump into it yet. And this two-parter is actually one of my favorite episodes, as being a two-parter, we're able to delve really deep into what's going on in the storyline than we are with the 4 episodes prior to this, which had very small plot lines, as they only really had 22 minutes to get this to get the message across. And this one they had actually about 40-ish minutes. Another thing I really liked about this episode was how, because Hiccup managed to make peace with the dragons, Alvin and basically stop all of Berk's problems with the dragons, Alvin immediately thought he had to be some kind of great warrior. And when he discovered it was Hiccup, who is actually very small for his age and very scrawny. I mean, Astrid and the girl twin, I can never remember which one of the twins is rough and which one of the twins is tough. But Astrid and the girl twin actually are a lot bigger and more muscular than he is. So when Alvin found out that it was Hiccup, who's, this scrawny little teenage Viking, he was actually very surprised and was like, it can't be you, because you're just not what a dragon conqueror is. And whatnot. But the one thing that I think was intentional on the animator's part, but very intentional within the scope of, but very unintentional as far as the characters were concerned, is that they showed their greatest strength to, well, actually it probably was very intentional, but it had an opposite effect than what the characters actually wanted. But they showed their greatest strength to Alvin, and that is that they have formed a friendship with the dragons. And now Alvin is determined to not necessarily form a friendship with the dragons, but learn to command them the way Hiccup and his friends do. And that is going to be very important later on in the series. Now, that's about all I have to say on this. I do like to keep these TV talk videos relatively short so I don't give away too many spoilers. Feel free to like and subscribe. I am up to 4 subscribers. And I swear on my beloved fur babies and Star Wars stuffed animal collection, which are stuffed animals named after Star Wars characters, that if I get up to 5 subscribers, I will sing America's The Last Unicorn in a special video. It won't actually be me you're seeing. I'll have pictures of unicorns, but it will be me singing the video with some background music. Again, I'm up to 4, so I just need 1 more. And feel free to leave your comments in the comment section. Starting today, I'm going to be posing questions at the end of the video so that you guys can answer in the comment section. And this week's is out of the 4 main dragons in the series, and I count Barth and Belch as one dragon. Which one is your absolute favorite, or which one would you actually like to have as your special dragon friend? Which I guess is basically the same thing. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The information will be in the description part, and I will see you next time. I'm Jennifer. Thank you. This has been TV Talk, and thank you for watching this video.